So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Dr. Rao to you. This is Lady Jules coming to you all the way from the UK. I'm all about love and light, all things real estate management and development. If you wish to connect with me or if you wish to set up a room, please feel free to tap on my Instagram and send me a message or to tell me whatever topics that is close to your heart, and I'll be happy to collaborate with you. We'll pin up your club name and we'll pin up whatever links that you wish so that we can grow together. So that's what this space is really all about. But thank you so much for being here. Please do let us share the room out at the bottom of our screen. There's a little square box with the arrow sticking out. Please do share the room out so that people can find us along the hallway. Or what we can do also is to open a room from the house. Would you like that, Dr. Rao?
Yeah. Lady Jyoth is all energy. You know, she is so energetic, so enthusiastic. I really feel very good when I come into her rooms, you know. Yeah, Lady Jyoth, let's start and then help people maybe understand how I don't have jet lag anymore. That's what I want to say.
Well, I've got my little gems to share, but I would love to hear from your perspective, from the medical perspective.
Yeah.
Please go ahead. The mic is yours.
Yeah, for those who do not know me, I'm an internal medicine physician, but also I happen to practice yoga from a very young age. And then lately, in the last 10 years, I went deep into the study of what is really, for a scientific mind like me, appeals. And then I really wanted to understand for what they are. So this jet lag thing came up because I used to travel to India very often, every year actually. I came here in 1981 to United States. I have been here ever since. But my mom was alive and I wanted to see her. So every year I used to go to India up until 1988, almost every year I went there. And then from then onwards to get married in 94. And then later on to see the folks once in a while we used to go. But my mother immigrated to be with me here in 1988. So I didn't have to go that much, right? But when I went there, I used to have tremendous jet lag that I used to be floored to the bed and then not feeling good for 3 days. Luckily, I went for a month usually. So it gave me time to recover and then come back. But then I didn't want to do that because I saw one of my friends who was a very known international figure, and he almost travels almost every day, and he doesn't have any jet lag. Then I wanted to investigate and find out what it is. Then it's a question of understanding our body clock and then acclimatizing it to the new routines, new clock, and all that. Okay, once we can adjust our daily simple things, we can be without jet lag. That's what I discovered that I wanted to tell people, even though a lot of patients come to me because they have anxiety or they have really reeling sensation, vomiting and all that, right? So I used to give them medications that will be helpful for them. But I did this without medication. That's what I wanted to emphasize. But some people may have organic ear disease, organic vertigo and all that. And that is because they have some problem with their system and they need to take medication. So I'm not belittling medications, but I'm trying to help ourselves by being natural. Basically, what happens is we have a body clock that keeps the internal routines of digestion, excretion of the waste products, and then keeping all the nutrients going to the cells by beating the heart and respirations. All those things autonomously happen, but they happen according to a rhythm, according to a particular clock the body and mind has together. We usually are not aware of it, and then we kind of have the potential capacity to make them not work properly. That means we eat when we are not hungry. We don't sleep when we are supposed to sleep, and the body and mind tells you, I'm tired, I want to go to sleep. Then we may take a medication. I saw one of my friends who was a brilliant student, but he was reading all night. And he was helping himself with amphetamines that he was taking at night to keep himself awake. And later on, it has its own neurotic damage and all that, you know. So I'm not.
Dr. Rao,
yeah.
Dr. Raul, nobody can see the room, and so what we're gonna do is I'm going to copy the title of the room and set up a room at the house.
Okay.
Could you turn off the replays, because I can't do that since I didn't open the house, but you can turn off the replays.
I can? Okay.
Yeah. If you click on the three dots, can you try to turn it off?
Yeah. Okay, sure. I will.
So let's start over because people can't find us.
Yeah. Okay. I will. I turned off the replays. Okay.
Yeah. Let me get the topic over, and I will set up a new room with the topic. And when I'm ready, and I will tell you to come over. You can close this room down. Let's try it this way. Hang on a minute. Let me open the room at the house.
So I will end this room now. Okay.
Wait. Yes, you can end this room right away. We can go to the house.
Okay. So that's the clubhouse thing. Lady Juice is going to take care of it. So our emphasis is here on how to come back to your body clock, or how to understand how our body clock is not really allowed to function as it is, and how we interfere with that. Okay, that kind of thing. So.
There you are.
Okay.
So let me mod you. Let's start over. I'm gonna open this room up to the public. It is now a private room.
Okay.
I'm going to share the link to. Please share the link out to your social media, Dr. Raul.
Yeah.
Because you're quite popular, aren't you? I'm going to. I'm going to share it to our chat here.
I have got this Hootsuite, Lady Jules, and it gives me all channels. I can do LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, different channels, Instagram, all at once. You know, that way.
Oh, wonderful!
It is done because I want to save time. I usually do that. You know, so.
Oh, you have to teach me how to do that.
Yeah. It's called
you're the expert in the social media now, aren't you?
No. I just want to save time, and lots of times I want to be.
How do you do that? Tell me.
Yeah, Hootsuite. That is the app you download, and then you can pay money for more features. But the basic is free, you know, and it will allow you. I think 4 or 5 channels at a time, same thing, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna open the room up to the public soon. Thank you, Liana, for coming up. You please feel free to come up to the stage and chat with us while we prepare the room. We're just sharing the room out first, and then we'll open the room to the public. For the moment, I don't want to open it to the public yet because there's only a few of us. I'm just gonna share it to our group chat on Telegram, and then let everybody come in to support, and then we will take it from there.
Yeah, Lady Jo, so tell me your version of the, how do you deal with the jet lag? Meanwhile, when the people come, I will take it over again. Okay.
Hang on. How do I deal with jet lag?
Yeah.
Well, I prepare myself a melatonin and usually a big glass of wine. The moment I sit down, first I go to the toilet, then I sit down, a big glass of wine, and then I will sleep like a baby, making sure that if my arrival time is in the morning, then I want to make sure I sleep through enough so that when I wake up, I'm bright and fresh. Arriving daytime, and the body clock is just automatically adjusted, and I don't have any need to sleep all of a sudden. That's how I adjust my own body clock.
Yeah.
So far, that's always worked for me.
Yeah.
How about you?
As I'm telling you, I mastered this body clock synchronization and adaptation. Some things that I do. I don't drink any alcohol on the flight. I do drink a lot of water, and then I don't take any melatonin because I strongly advise people who are not used to these medications not to take it, because the damage that is done to the reticular activities, which is our sleep activating system, is very, very much, because once it is done, you can't get it back. That's why a lot of my patients who are on the hypnotics or sleep medications, anything, even melatonin, because over the counter, they kind of take it, and they do the damage, and later on, they can't sleep without the sleeping medication. My own sister is like that. She's 80-year-old. She has to take a sleeping medication to sleep, because because she was made to take them when she was in some 60s, and ever since she's used to it. So I carefully watch my patients who are not addicted or tolerating to that medication, and then I have to leave them alone because there was no other choice. But the people, young people, I advise them, don't take them. Just go to sleep in a natural way where you calm your mind and you go to sleep. There are so many methods I teach them, but basically these sleeping medications are very, very harmful in the long run, because you get used to it one time, you can't get off of it. So that's why I don't advise that. But then you start with where you are, your routine, right? And then you try to adjust to the new clock. For example, I'm going to India. India is like here, morning, there it is night, right? So I try to ease myself into that kind of routine at least 2 to 3 before I go there, right? So that when I go there, that clock, I'm used to that a little bit better. That's one way. The other way is when you go there, don't go to sleep right away, because here morning, when you end up there, it will be night. And then so if you are there, your body is used to this body night clock, then it wants to sleep even though it is a daytime there. So what you do is, don't go to sleep, get in something that you could do. I used to open up my suitcases, and usually we carry a lot of stuff, because not only my stuff, but also the family and also the gifts. The gifts usually take a big suitcase or something. Then I picked up this for the uncle, this for the brother, this for the sister, like that, right? Then we used to open everything up and wrap them in a gift, wrapping, and somehow keep us occupied like 2 or 3 hours just doing things, even though it is midnight there. That kind of delaying the normal response of going to sleep, because we are used to the old clock, that's delayed. So you acclimatize better by doing the things that you can do here, there, even though it is nighttime. So that kind of deliberate opening up suitcases, giving everything away, that helped us to delay that. Going, if you jump into the bed and sleep, that's it, jet lag will hit. That's why we don't want to do that. Hi.
Just one second. Give me 1 second. Hey, Lady Jules, are you there?
Blessings. Thank you for coming, Visions. And thank you for coming, everybody. Yes, I'm here. What's up?
Okay. I have one quick something to add real quick. So I noticed that you didn't open up the Club on Sustainability Leadership. Do you mind going over there and opening that over so the people in the club can get notified and we'll bring them over to here?
We did. We opened it first, but it was Dr. Rao who opened that room. And that's why nobody got the notification. If I open the room, then everybody would get notification. So this is why I tell everybody not to open the room without me. Let me open the room, because then it gets because I.
Lady Juice, I didn't think I was opening. I thought I was joining.
Oh dear.
It was time, so I thought I would join there.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to open that room again and bring everybody here? We can try that.
Yeah, let's try that, because when I go to the club and I put the schedule, it still shows that it's still there. So I'm pretty sure you can still open it.
Do you shall I add? Did I add you in? If I add you in, we can try to. Oh yeah, let me.
I'm not in the. No, I'm not in there.
Shall I add you in? Hang on. Let me add you in and you can go open. Oh no, I have to open. I forgot it. I have to open it personally for it to work. So I'm going to go over there and open it then. would you please be patient with me and see if that works? I don't think we need to, because we can give that a shot and see what happens. Hang on. I was just writing a welcome note to everybody, but let me go into that. And
here, go, before you do that, take the link. Take the link, copy and paste the link from this room.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And pin it around.
Yes. That's right. So let me take the link up, and then I'm gonna go there and open it. Let's have a look. The room has been open. It's gone. I don't see it on my schedule. Do you see it on your schedule, Visions?
Yeah, it still pops up on the schedule here on the.
Oh, okay, I found it. Let me start the room.
Hey, Dr. Russell. So what did I miss? Where are we? You're going to see a lot of people coming in here.
Yeah, that's fine. We are talking about a very common problem that we encountered at one time that came up when I was here with Lady Jules, and then she said, let us do a room on that so that more people can be, having this information. So I was just telling them how I used to have jet lag when I used to go to India. Then I didn't want that. I didn't want to suffer 3 days there, coming back 3 days here. Then I saw a friend of mine who travels all the time, maybe 365 days he travels. So he was not having any jet lag. Then I needed to investigate combining both modern medicine and also my yoga practices. I kind of don't have jet lag anymore. It's a thing of the past. So I want to share that. But I don't take any medication. I don't take any wine. That's what I'm telling them. We'll repeat that because it's a very common thing. We'll see how everybody else also handles. Then you can respond to the questions too. Right?
Okay, awesome. Great. I have, by the way, I added some music there real quick. So
yeah, sure.
When people come in here, they know the room just got started.
Sure.
Right.
What I have to say usually it takes only 15, 20 minutes, but then I want other people to give their input, what they do, that kind
of. Right. Let's see how many people are in the club right now. There's 13 people. Lady Julie got 13 people over there.
Okay, so we should go there now?
We should be having a good amount of people coming in here right now.
Okay.
I don't see why they're not joining. Yeah, but she got 13 people in there. So let's see.
She brought me here. I was there in that room. So
yeah, let me go ahead and join her so real quick and then bring them over here.
Okay. Okay, as they come, that's what I was sharing, how when we go back to our natural body clock and see what are the things we are unknowingly or unconsciously doing to prevent them, like, practicing sleeping on time, eating on time, respecting the rhythms of the body and mind. I think most of the modern times are not respectful of them, because we have, as a physician, I had that, right? I had to do night calls, and then it is disturbed, and I had to eat whenever the time permits, and patients are there, that kind of thing. But then with a little bit more awareness and then making time for it, I was able to adjust the routines very easily. Not being selfish, not being first me, that was not the thing, but more like being aware of we need to maintain our body clock. Especially yoga practice gives you that balance for me, because I kind of live a yogic life in a way. I will describe that what it is like. It's not like giving everything up, but just being more aware, more in the moment, more of really doing what we need to do. That kind of thing. So get up in the morning was a very important thing for this kind of thing. And then eating on time and going to the bathroom on time and then trying to sleep. These are the 3 things that we really need to pay attention to. So I'm waiting for Lady Jules to come back and join us here. I don't know whether we have to go there or there she is. Okay.
Hey, Dr. Rao,
Yeah.
I'm back. So I have pinned the link up. Hello, Nate and Sonia. Thank you for coming. Please feel free to come up on stage and join us for a nice discussion. We're going to talk about how to prevent jet lag now that all the airlines traffic are open. We want to prep people, particularly our community who are used to traveling quite a bit for business and leisure alike. So we have open up the room that I've scheduled and asking everybody to join here. We're going to need to share the room out on Clubhouse. I'm going to share it as many times as you please. So we can share it twice. And then the third time round, we're going to tell people why we're sharing the house. Well, it is because we want to help everybody ease into the traveling momentum without the jet lag. And we're very privileged to have Dr. Rao today to talk about his gems on how to prevent jet lag. So a little bit about me. I'm all about love and light and all things real estate development and management, transformation coaching, and also non-profit charities in the space of autism and disability in the UK. So if you resonate with me, please feel free to tag me to follow me and also to connect with me on Instagram so that we can also perhaps collaborate to build rooms together. So I don't know why people can't see this room either. So when I open up the other room, actually there's quite a lot of people coming in for some reason. So we might be able to move everybody here, but no one's coming in. How are you doing, Dr. Rao?
I'm doing fine. I see Sonia. She's a friend and a student of mine, and I know her. She's quite a lady, you know. I'm glad she's joined us here too. So she has traveled to a lot of countries, I believe. I wonder how Sonia is handling the jet lag. We would like to know from her too. If she's in a position to come, she will come, you know. Okay. I did invite her, you know, so let's see. Yeah, there is. Hi, Sonia.
Hi, Dr. Rao. Good morning.
Good morning.
At least in Canada, anyways.
So, you tell me, how did you handle jet lag when you did all the European travel and all that, you know? So
wasn't really well, Dr. Rao. I was like, Europe was okay, but when I went to Indonesia and stuff like that, it was really tough. That one was really tough.
That is the subject here, because I had that experience of going to the other side of the world in India. And I was, in the beginning, I was suffering like that. Then I saw Sadhguru was traveling all over, and then he said, I don't have any jet lag. Then I did not seek advice from him, but then I went to the yoga. There is what's called yogic folklore. Lot of history of centuries of yoga practices that were there. You got to sift through them, and you got to take what is relevant, what is really, not out of the world, but more like a practical to the Western mind. And that kind of things, when you look at it, they talk about this dinacharya. Dinacharya means daily routine. Daily routine. Dina means daily, day. And charya means what you do during the day, like when you get up, when you go to the bathroom, when you eat food, when you digest, when you feel hungry, when you feel sleepy, when you feel tired, all those things are happening, right? So how sensitive you are to those rhythms and how well you manage naturally, that really gives that resilience inside to not to have this jet lag. That means instead of succumbing to it, you can have it in your purview to manage those routines rather easily. Make sense? That's what I was going to talk about. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Rao.
Yeah. So Lady Jules told me that she will have a good glass of wine, and she kind of takes melatonin, and then she sleeps off and then goes there. So I was telling her how I don't take any wine or any liquor as part of the yoga routine, but also it's kind of don't want to artificially influence our reticular activating system. Okay, that's why I tell them don't drink anything on the. Also, it dehydrates you. Paradoxically, the alcohol dehydrates you, so you have to drink more water. So instead, I drink plenty of water. You know, and also I don't touch any of the sleeping medications or alcohol or anything like that. But also try to create a routine that is going to be conducive to the destination I'm going to go. Suppose I'm going to Indonesia, I figure out, okay, I'm in the plane this many hours, and even then also you should be conscious of what kind of thing it is there. So I used to get up in the plane, and it is daytime coming there. I used to walk on the corridor.
Hey, sorry, Dr. Ra. I just real quick. Dr. Lady Jules, I accidentally left quietly. I forgot to close the room. You mind going to check if it's closed real quick? Now stay here with Dr. Ra.
Oh my goodness, but where is the room? We can't find the room along the hallway. I will try. Dr. Raul, please forgive us. Please continue.
Yeah, so it's a question of figuring out what it is in Indonesia. And in the plane, what are you doing? Are you able to move the body? Are you able to keep the mind quiet? These two things. So what I used to do is when everybody else is sleeping, I used to go to the back of the plane where a little bit of room there, right? And I can do the yoga just by standing in 2 feet. That is there. So I used to do that to stretch the body and knead it really good. Also, when you are sitting down, there is a routine in the sitting. Some parents make you do it, but you can do it yourself. From Sanya, I remember our head to toe yoga routine. I used to do that sitting down there too. That helps too. Basically, you are making the body work, exercise. And then don't watch TVs and all that. Keep your mind as yes, for me, it's a very simple thing, just slipping to a meditation, and then I'm there. So nothing active thinking, nothing actively forcing to remember or projection, none of that. Just be in that blissful silence, and that helps too. But these are advanced practices. I don't expect people to do that, but at least get up and walk as much as possible and go and stretch in the break with the breathing, and then come down and sit. And when you go there, when you see the destination, don't jump into the bed, okay, right away, because usually it will be the opposite of your time, right? So take some time, keep awake, and do some errands. Like I used to open up my suitcases, and then a lot of gifts were there, and I used to gift wrap them, and label them, and finish all of them. Even we used to do coming back ticket, if it is something we confirmed, all those things are done right away, so that we can enjoy our vacation time. But the main thing was, nobody, even my kids and my wife and me, we did not go into the jet lag, because we were hydrated ourselves, and we did not take any medications or alcohol. And then we kind of had this routine of yoga routine in the back of the plane, or on the corridor walking, or sitting down, and then really understanding what it is in the destination routine, and then adjusting to it. But now our modern life makes us, without knowing, really pinch on our body clock. Okay, like don't eat according to the time, according to the convenience of your job, but eat according to your appetite. Work up your appetite. That means the body is working natural cycle. Eat then. The second thing is maybe you can carry some food with you, and then eat when you are really, really hungry. That will set that clock very, very nicely. And also, if you really want to sleep and then you have a big day tomorrow, don't go and club and enjoy till late night. That kind of thing we do them, right? Then we won't have that. So these kind of habits of modern enjoyment and all that, they kind of impinge on us. Once in a while is okay, but if you are doing all the time, then unknowingly we are doing damage to our physiological mechanisms and the normal routine. And then if you observe that, you'll also see that you are always stimulated. Devices, television, all the round the clock news, all those things. You don't need that. Only what is needed, if you can do it, that means you have to have some kind of measures to encounter the digital toxicity that we are encountering every day. So these are the main things: keeping the daily routines of the our physiological functions, and also keeping the mind quiet as much or not stimulating it, and also clearing out all the junk that we accumulate. So this we can expand quite a bit, but I hope you got it what I'm talking about. Right, Lady Jules?
Yes, indeed. I'm still trying to figure out if the room is open to public. Because we see quite a few people who are not members here yet. So I believe it is open to the public. But somehow, I wonder if anybody can see us from the hallway. And can you see?
Yeah. So one of the ways you can check, is did you go check to the sustainability leadership schedule and see if you can join back in?
Probably. No, this is under the house, so we'll just go ahead and have a quick chat. Yes, Nate, did you want to say something? Hi.
It was definitely in the hallway, because when I popped into the other room when you're over there, I was going to come in and say, hey, do you guys realize you have 2 rooms open with the same name?
Right.
When I popped in and then you were explaining over that, so I kicked back over to this room with the house. So yeah, so it was in my hallway at least, but it also could have been just because I follow everybody on stage. So I'm not sure about that, but it was definitely in my hallway.
Right. So one of the things that I do notice, because it's happened before, is if there's only one speaker in the room and only a few people in the audience, if there's nobody, and the speaker leaves, then the room shuts down because there's nobody else to speak.
Yes, it's true. It's true. I've done that before as well. So it's all good. So Dr. Rao, here's the thing. I think everybody's body function is very different, and we all react differently to different strategies. Because for me, I like to time myself accordingly to the day, to the timing of my arrival. For example, if I know I'm going to be arriving bright daylight at the start of the day at the location intended, then I prefer to be sure that I had plenty of sleep. So to trick my body clock, I do drink wine to help myself to wind down and sleep. But even if I feel dehydrated when I wake up, at least I've had plenty of rest, and dehydration is so much more easier to tackle than lack of sleep. So to trick my body clock.
Shall I say something? Yes. When you said we all have different things, that is what we manufacture. Originally, we are all at the same body intelligence because of the lifestyles that we have. I may have some kind of lifestyle in India, some kind of lifestyle in the United States, So I may be watching too much TV in the United States, and then I kind of made my mind go like this. That means I am different by my own doing. You see, what I'm talking about is a natural intelligence of our body and mind that is equal to everybody. But how we deviate from it because of our cultivated lifestyles, that is different. Then we think this is us, we are different than other people. But actually, if you talk about science, if you talk about real biological mechanisms that are happening within, they're almost all the same. But we change them according to our habits. You know what I mean? That's why we observe the habits and get back to the natural intelligence, then that will serve you better. Make sense? Or is it esoteric?
Right, Dr. Ross. So just to be in the topic a bit, jet lag, right?
Yeah.
How to prevent jet lag? I notice that sometimes I do feel like I don't sleep enough, and when I do sleep, I tend to sleep a lot. Yeah. So it's like I will hibernate.
Yeah.
And I also know about that some people. For me, what works better for me is I take naps. So I go to sleep. If I get not that much sleep, I'll take a nap. And usually on those naps, those feel like power naps. In fact, I almost feel like I sleep more when I'm on a nap because I tend to dream a lot.
Yeah, no. You sleep better if you keep your nap under 20 minutes, But the naps also, what it is if you allow your body keep whipped up, from morning, even though you are tired, you don't want to go and they want to finish the job and all that, then body will say, okay, slow down, wind it back. It will tell you that, and if you listen to that message and slow down and take a nap in the sense of not complete 2 hour, 4 hour, 6 hour, 8 hour sleep, but more like a really unwinding for about 20 minutes. That's what you do. There are places in New York. I was in New York for 5 years. I did my residency and then 2 years job in the emergency room. So I was there. And Wall Street had these sleep clinics for people where they could go and they have this place where they put you in there and then immediately they give you like a goggles, like you can put it on. So basically they make the darkened room ambience, they improve. And then they allow you to go into the sheep counting, whatever that works for you. That is like unwinding your body, unwinding your mind, and that is very, very invigorating for anybody, especially people who are involved in doing a lot of mental work. That means using all your mind and everything. Those people in the Wall Street executives, they used to get this benefit, So if you dreaming, that's not really quieting down. Mind is attempting to calm down. That's why the dreams are. The dreams are like a mechanism of putting yourself in order. But if you live your daily life in order, you won't have that much sleep, that much of dreams, and that is the real sleep, which really restores your balance.
Okay. Yes. So for a lot of people, it's different depending on on who they are, the body they do what they're adjusted to.
Yeah. I say who are conditioned, how they are conditioned, because different people get conditioned different way, right? So that is why it differs. But otherwise, once you achieve that balance, you go to that real intelligence of your body and mind. We are all the same at that time. But we come differently to that because we have lived different lives, conditioning ourselves away from the natural intelligence. This is very important to catch this natural intelligence because in yoga, the ancient times, they were very true to that. And that's why they lived a long life and also very wellness-filled life. It's not like they're putting up with diseases and all that, Actually, I was attending a room this morning. They were talking about nuclear material that they discovered in the nucleus that is very responsible for the aging, in the yoga and Ayurveda sense, they take the bijas area, that is the bija means seed. So they go to the seed of the body and adjust the things like that by increasing the oxygenation to the cells. So deep breathing and opening up your cells by extending the stretches, you really eliminate the oxidative stress that we are building in modern life. So this not concept is really happening is our body and mind, they can be intelligent by their own, but we interfere by imposing our cognitive thing on that. That's all we have to understand. Then we can use cognitive better very well, but don't want to disturb this natural intelligence. Then you won't have the jet lag. That's my point. For example, if I was in pre-days when I used to have the jet lag, I had no real routine like I was talking about. So I was a doctor. I was going to the patient calls. I'm going to the clinic. I'm not taking breakfast because I have to be in the clinic at a certain time, and I'll be there. And then somebody will bring me a breakfast. I'll eat it hurriedly. Then I will go. I don't pay any attention to when I'm feeling hungry, when I'm not, when I'm feeling drowsy and all that. It's all duty. And then I switched it when I wanted to stop the jet lag. Then I discovered this natural intelligence, internal resilience. Then I switched all my routines. I still worked very effectively as a physician, Of course, there are emergencies, and then we leave everything and go attend. But usually, it's not that much, So it gave me a lot of idea about how I am living, how I am making my mind less sensitive, how I am making less of awareness. All those things fell off. So I never smoked, I never did drugs. I used to drink a glass of wine at parties, at lunches, doctors' lunches and all that. But then later on, I became so sensitive in my mind. If I smell it, also I can feel ill. That's why I don't have to take even in the NyQuil, there is some alcohol, right? If it is congestion, I take the NyQuil, I get knocked off. That's why I thought it's safe to be away from the alcoholic drinks. Even the cake also, some cakes will have alcohol, something like that. I will avoid that scrupulously. Not because any particular moral reason, it's because I cannot tolerate it anymore. The same thing, I use that intelligence not to succumb to the variations of jet lag. Is nothing but responding, hey, you are in a certain routine and you suddenly changed it and we cannot accept it, and then you go into that. But once you understand this, you are so aware of everything that's happening within you, both bodily and the mind-wise, then you will be able to adjust to the new routines very easily. You understand? I hope I'm making sense, but anybody can contribute now, whatever their experience is, So.
Hey, and Dr. Rao, so one thing I've been wanting to try, and I have tried it actually, is coffee, right? I hear people say that coffee wakes you up. It doesn't wake me up. I don't know. It just doesn't work.
Very good.
It doesn't work for me either.
Very good point.
It does gives me a little bit of energy, but
here I have to go.
It doesn't quite keep me awake. If I have a nice cup of coffee, it really helps with the digestion, but it doesn't, it doesn't wake me up.
It's true, because here I have to go and explain to you my way of understanding of energy. Energy according to the Ayurveda. I also consider Ayurveda as a bona fide medical science, but it's a deeper understanding of our inner process and all. They kind of described energy. It's not like you have to believe it. I'm just stating you what they have described. Okay, our energy can be dormant, can be lazy, can be lethargic. Right? That energy is called tamas. That happens if you lay down in the chair all weekend and watching football games and not getting up and all of that. Then you become from being inert to more lazy. At the end of it, you feel really tired. You don't want to go to work. If the Monday comes, Monday is very heavy. So that energy that is there, the mass, will not allow you to get up in the morning on the Monday morning. Okay. On the other hand, suppose you are a stimulated, active guy, you are thinking a lot of things in your mind, and you are on the run continuously. That kind of energy is because what's called rajas, and that can be cultivated too. But if you do too much of that, then you are in trouble. That's what is happening with a lot of my burnout friends. They are spending too much time in their mind and too much energy in their mind. That's why they're driven by that energy, and that's not good. Okay, you have to have a balance. That is called sattvic. The sattvic lifestyle is where you take things appropriately what they are, and then you slow down when you want to sleep, when you want to unwind, but you want to be at the top of the game when you want to achieve something. So that can be done by being in the sattvic energy. Sattvic lifestyles are vegetarianism, timely eating with respect to the food. They say, I thank the food that is giving its life to keep my life. That kind of high-minded awareness of life and its importance and how it is sacrificing to give us life, and being grateful to that. All those things come in that particular sentence, And also you eat the food for the energy, for wanting to do something, rather than just living to eat good food and enjoy yourself. Those are philosophical attitudes, right? So this kind of energy background is very important, because the same kind of energies are in some kind of foods, like roots, heavy foods like potato or rice and all that. If you eat too much of that, that will make you sedate, that will make you slow down, and that means you are getting more of the tamasic energy, and when it burns down, it gives you real energy that may you use as rajasic purposes, that means want to do things, right? So understanding this energy, this prevalence in the foods, in the activities, in our lifestyles, and then balancing them is really very important. Then you are always energy building, energy renewing. This is what I call ever renewing energy. So lots of times my friends notice I am very energetic even at the end of the day, but not hyper. So I can do a lot of patients even at the end of the day because I don't let this negativity of, oh, this moment of 6 o'clock, I have to go home in an hour. These patients came, none of that. Well, we are there as a doctor. The time came, patient needed it, let's do it. So that kind of thing where what I'm doing, I'm not depleting my energy by being negative about a situation, but I kind of accepting it, anticipating it, and also making myself useful to the patient. That way, that kind of attitude gives me more energy. So whatever I do is like a privilege for me. Whatever I do is like a blessing for me. So if I take it like that, how can the work become my problem? Other thing is, when I'm doing the work, I don't want anything interfering with the job, other thoughts, extraneous to the activity. So that is like being in the flow and doing it. Then you don't spend much of time, much of energy. But if you are negative about it, your emotional approach and all that, then it will, like for example, what happened to us, because I came and I thought I was joining the room, but I opened the room. Then all kind of problems came for Lady Jules and visions, But they did not, put a negative energy. Okay, why this happened? They just went and fixed it. That is being in the flow and getting things done because they have to be done. See, that understanding the tamas, rajasic, sattvic energy, and then eating and thinking and doing stuff in the spirit of sattvic energy really saves you a lot of damage to your body and mind too. If that,
I suppose it does add up. It's like mathematics, isn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does add up.
The equation.
It does.
I just want to take an opportunity to acknowledge the lovely lady Diana, DN. Is it Diana? Diana, yes. And Marina and Nate and Sonia.
Diana.
It's Diana. All right. And Lilian, Lance, and Latin. Yes, thank you all for coming. Does anyone have any contribution to the topic or Dr. Raoul's share? Please feel free to unmute and state your name.
Hi, this is Marina, Dr. Raoul, Lady Jules, everybody. Yes, I'm in the middle of a jet lag. That's why this really interests me. And Dr. Rao has, thank you for reminding. I used to do yoga a lot, like every day, and I haven't done it since COVID, actually, for 2-3 years. I haven't done it. And like a couple of years ago when I travel, my jet lag time was around like 1 or 2 days, which is, I think, normal. But now it's like weeks. I mean, weeks that I'm still jet lagging. But it's also due to whenever I cannot sleep, rather than staring at the ceiling and trying hard to sleep, I learn things on my phone, which is like the AI at the moment. I learn things, and then I sometimes go to Clubhouse, and that makes it worse, I guess. But in the daytime, maybe it's due to my age or something, I cannot force myself to wake up. It just makes me dizzy. It's not. I don't think it's also good for my health, so I sleep anyway. I am currently are able to just sleep all day without working, so that's a blessing. But it's for the jet lag is very bad. So I will try again to do the yoga. I know all the worries, all the fears will go away once I do the breathing exercise and the yoga. And also a family member said, if you must see the phone, put it on a night vision or something, that it doesn't it doesn't glare your eyes, which makes it worse. So that's just a little bit contribution. Thank you, Dr. Rao.
Yeah, Marina, you brought in a very good point. See, there are a lot of misconceptions about yoga routines and how much we need and all that. What it is make yoga your daily routine. Actually, it is philosophically, it is for enlightenment, to know who we are and then merge with the ultimate energy and all that. Leave it alone. But if you want to have a good routine, to get rid of stress, get rid of all the problems, you got to incorporate it as a lifestyle. That is for me, I don't say yoga only 1 minute. I may do it with my students. I have a wellness club. I want them to come. Sonia is the only one who comes sometimes. There are 6 people that enroll, but they don't come because they are bothered by the routines, by the work demands, by the family demands, kids, and so many things, right? But there is a way to incorporate this into any lifestyle. Like I'm a physician. I can be as busy as I want. I kind of deliberately made it more like online, more like only important cases and all that, because I have done 40 years of intense practice, But, this lifestyle gives me more energy to do more patients if I wanted to do. So the secret is this: understanding our body intelligence, body internal resilience, understanding what are the things that we do in the modern life that are depleting it. Like, for example, Malina, you were doing yoga physically only, but when you do the breathing, you mentioned that's very important to stabilize your parasympathetic nervous system and make it more stimulated. That is why you rest and digest with the system. Otherwise, you are in the sympathetic overload. Our modern lifestyle makes us increase that sympathetic overload. That is like reacting quickly, or getting angry quickly, irritability quickly, or threatened quickly, or imagining dangers, or all the negative news unconsciously absorbing. All these things really make our sympathetic system think like there is a real danger and react. That's why you accumulate all the stress hormones. That's why in the morning when you get up, whatever time you get up, right after that, don't look at these devices for at least for half an hour. But what you do in that half an hour is center yourself into the presence and then stretch and then deep breathe. So be in the present and then stretch and then take deep breaths into that and just spend some time with the nature. And those kind of things are good instrumental music. That all those things will calm that sympathetic overload, because a modern lifestyle gives stimulation after stimulation, stimulation after stimulation, and that also you want to cut down. There is a time to be stimulated and do our best work, and there is a time to get back from it. It's like this clubhouse. People do rooms of one after one after one after one, and they don't realize how much that is acting on their nervous system. So this is like a long process, because we trained our body and mind in a certain way, and we are unconscious of what is happening to us inside. And then when you want to repair it, there's already so much damage there. So to get back to it, again, you need that kind of reversal. It takes some time, but then the more you understand, the more you are in tune with the principle. Like, for example, I tell people meditate because their mind may be going there. But for myself, I don't have to meditate. I am in the meditativeness. That looks crazy to people, but actually anybody can achieve that. That's my point. So adopt yogic lifestyle for what it is, that is encouraging your inner intelligence, not being emotionally reactive unnecessarily, not being fearful unnecessarily, not being anxious or really missing out on some things, all those things. Because you, as a human being, have this diamond within you. You just have to get that out. Understand. You don't have to be any particular religion for this. Just understand this is all intelligence by the ancient rishis. What they did was, they did not say, I am this particular religion. No. They said, I have to go inward and find out who I am. I want to calm my mind, then I can see who I am. And from that, I will operate life. And they've beautifully lived and then contribute a lot because they don't have anything else to achieve. They're already contented, fulfilled. That is what happens with the yogic lifestyle I'm talking about. See, I have this club, wellness club. I'm willing to do in the morning, in the evening, because that's such a pleasure for me if I do it with my friends and students who come there, but then I also kept that peanuts because everybody tells me that our friends who miss thousands of, but I didn't want that. I wanted them to cultivate this lifestyle, understand it. It takes a long time to do that. And that's why I tell them attend as much as possible. I understand their difficulties, but then attend as much as possible. That's why if you really understand yoga or any of these ancient martial arts and all that, you have to do them like they are part of you, not like I'm going to live whatever life I want and then I will come here and do that. You cannot do that. You are doing too much damage, but you cannot do that. You don't have to do yoga stretches only, but the routines are important. Yoga has more of opening up cellular level areas where the oxygenation is improved. That's why breathing is very, very important, because with that breathing practices, you open up more alveolar spaces. That's why more oxygen into your practice. So that oxidative stress we call about, that enhances the aging that may be happening to people, that will be reversed. That's why I'm 68 now. And many people tell me I don't sound like a 68-year-old man because I'm full of energy. And that all comes from that practices. Okay?
Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is amazing the breathing exercises that I've done. I'm not a health specialist or anything, but in my own experiences that I had a couple of traumas, not serious, but after the meditation and the breathing exercise, it just disappears like magic.
Yeah.
Even after 1 or 2. I'm also of this almost the same age as Dr. Rao, and it really works magic also on the way you look. Also.
Yeah, it's just kind of more energy is coming out rather than aging is causing me aches and pains and all, none of that. So that is a blessing itself. I'll tell you how that works also, because this breathing is something. Lady Joes, I have a recommendation for you. You don't have to do it, but if you think it's valuable, you can do it. Whenever you reset the room, tell people to take 3 deep breaths. Okay, nothing much deeper. Just sit straight and then take deep breaths through the nose and deeper. But keep your attention on that. That itself will wash off all the brain fog you are accumulating thus far, at least a little bit. That is how, Marina, you felt better with that being in the moment, coming to the moment. The breathing will do that. This I call present moment breathing break. Maybe, Lady Juice, you can apply in your clubs whenever somebody is sitting, do this and get the benefit. That's all I want to see. I try to do that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
We should try that just for the fun of it and see what happens.
You want to try it now? I will make you all do it if you want to do it. Just to sit straight wherever you are sitting, say on the floor, on the chair, everything is okay. Just make sure your spine is straight, and then close your mouth and take deep breath through the nose and let the abdominal wall come out. And as you breathe out, abdominal wall goes towards the spine, right? Let's do 3 breaths like that, but then keep your attention on the tip of the nose where the air is meeting. You should feel the touch. Then you have brought your attention to the present moment. Okay, just let's start. First, let's start deep breathing. Breathe out, abdominal wall goes in. Second one. Last one. Important thing is the deep breath. Important thing is abdominal movement. Important thing is your attention is in this movement. Okay, practice that. I think you will thank me after a while. So, anybody else has any questions or any comments? Please go ahead.
Yes, it's popcorn style. Feel free. Otherwise, we would just go ahead and close the room early because this is going to be a short room anyways. Anybody? You are welcome to also share your gems on your own jet lag if you've been jet lag before. Anybody? Well, if you don't, please feel free to follow all the moderators on the stage. Follow each other, and this club has back at the club we have almost 95,000 members, and that's because all the moderators have helped to grow the club as such. So without the moderators, we wouldn't be the club that we are today. So please do give gratitude and grace to all moderators on stage, and we want to thank Dr. Raul for sharing his gems. Please feel free to follow Dr. Raul. Thank you, Sonia, for your kind support. Yes, Lady Diana, did you want to say something?
Yes, I did. I want to say thank you. You are the first person that highlighted me when I just launched the app and gave me flowers. And I thank you so much because it made me believe, that something is possible. So for the last week, I have been in definite jet lag. It's just like moving super, super fast with this and not getting enough sleep. So I'm just taking care to save my energy. I'm teaching ninja classes. So if you want to be a ninja in the AI realm, our classes are only 10 cents each class, which is about $73 a year. And this is the highest level class. So we have a 4 cents class as well. And you get an hour worth of learning. So you can be, instead of prompting all these AI with a good prompt, you're going to just ask it a good question. Hey, AI, just like the movies do. They do in the movies. We have that secret sauce because that's how we basically made our chatbot in 4 hours. 4 hours. Create your own bot. The classes do not have a syllabus. This is a mystery school. So you must bring your own pen and paper. You must bring your own brain. Everything else will be provided. This is the type of class that I want to attend. So I'm going to make it so that I can learn. And if I can learn, anyone can learn. We're going to also have Raul as one of the teachers. If you don't know Raul, he's a 13-year-old that, I think he's going to be in outer space in the next 2 years or so.
Actually, I would love to have Raul and yourself join us on our Monday AI update room. We have one next Monday at 1 p.m. Or is it 1 p.m.? Yes. We put it at 1 p.m. I'm going to find the link and pin it up. So
I think he's available 9 in the morning.
Well, we can't do 9 o'clock in the morning because for the US, a lot of people are still asleep. And the earliest time we can do is actually 1 p.m. Oh, I meant my time, 1 p.m. Forgive me. Yes, it's 9 p.m. 9 a.m. your time. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let me find the room for you, and I'll pin it up.
Okay.
Yes, please. I'd love to. I'm into this AI since I was jet lagging. for a couple of weeks, and it's amazing. And I heard Raul talk. He's, my goodness, I think he's an alien. He's so smart.
My take on the AI is, I know Raul. I had attended his rooms, and also I find him fascinating, very nice guy, very giving at the tender age, and very brilliant in observing AI, its uses, and also the way he kind of goes about the room is really beauty to watch. I was very happy with him in that way. But I also had a private discussion with him because he told me that his brain doesn't stop thinking all the time. He thinks, So I gave him some tools. I told him, it's good that you are serving people, you are giving a lot of clothes, and that's wonderful. But watch your brain and attend to it. How I am using it is, I'm using in a major way artificial intelligence, because one of my friends, Daryl from Wisdom, he built up a software. So I became a subscriber of that, and then that gives me a lot of options to do my own videos. I can load the video, and then it will print out the summary and everything. There's so many other ways I'm using it, but all the time that is saving me as I use the AI. I am using that time to turn inward and be meditative, be finding more mysteries of life through that introspection. Not in a way real introspection, but more like a self-inquiry. That's an advanced meditative practice, but that is really what the yogis taught us. Then you find your own diamonds within, that you don't have to go after external things that much. So my thing of use is that I think a lot of mundane, dreary things can be done much faster. Of course, it's going to create its own misery of a lot of people don't know what to do with their mind. That's a tragedy. And also a lot of people will be unemployed. There are so many problems there too. I presented that also. But we can design with intelligence so that people will not be taken off their jobs and not have an alternative. I think what Rahul does is he really teaches all the skills that he's using. When I saw his YouTube videos, it's amazing. Compared to that, when I'm sitting and talking, it's all boring, but they're animated and they're beautifully presented. But then he presented so many things. I wrote them down. Do I use all of them? No, I just took two of them. One is about website creation. I created a website in 6 seconds.
We'll talk about, sorry, Dr. Rao, just to get back to the topic, we'll talk about that maybe on AI Room on Monday, so that we, because the listeners are here to really explore the topic of jet lag.
Yeah, so I'm done. I'm done with that, though. I'm done with jet lag.
Can I chime in on the jet lag part?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a lot of problems that I see of my adult daughters and son because of this. So many knowledge is coming, is available on your phone that makes you not want to sleep, or that makes you become sleepless. You stay up all night with a phone in your hand and learning about all the things as I do. And there's going to be a lot of problems with sleeping, as you see around you right now. The young people, they have problems sleeping. So I think balance, like Dr. Rao was saying, balance with the technologies that on your hand that's available in your palm, and meditating and breathing exercise could keep you healthy, because these times, so many things going on the internet that you don't want to miss it. And that's the sleeplessness comes.
Well, I am done with what I have to say about jet lag, unless people have questions, But you guys started the AI thing, though. I think Lady Diana, she was just trying to tell about Rahul's brilliance. That's very good, And that's why I chimed in. There is another aspect to Lady Jules about AI and the bad effects on us and the society that I talked about before. We can talk at that time. Sure.
Yes, okay. Please. That's why I pinned up the link. So everybody, please RSVP the link on the link above me. and so that we can all come together again next Monday to explore AI space. There will be a special speaker who's a leading speaker and motivational speaker in this space. She has an incredible following, an incredible insight on AI. So please feel free to tap in, and she's going to be delivering, and that's none other than Jolene. You tap in and you will see. Get your pen and paper ready, and make sure the room will be on replays. So I don't think we'll be shifting into this room. We will stick to the club because we do need that replay on to record Jolene's contribution. She's an incredible speaker, and her insights on AI is incredible as well. So please feel free to join us and share that room out. And so everybody that you know can also benefit by RSVP in advance. So we want to thank Lati, is it Lati? Lati, Ali, and John for joining us. Please, thank you all the speakers for joining us. Lati was asking in the chat that she has just arrived in California, literally. So it depends on what time you're at. I think it's important to understand that if it's a daytime, you might want to get your body really awake by doing some form of exercise to wake your body up. Some caffeine might always help, but particularly if it works for you. I know it doesn't work for me, but if for me, exercise does help. It wakes my body up immediately. Within minutes, I get on the floor, I do my push-ups, I do my stretching, and the bit of yoga, or Pilates, or even just a 10 minutes run. I'm wide awake. So, I think this is one way to trick your body to think that it's a daytime and it's time to exercise and to wake up the adrenaline in your body that should keep you awake no matter how tired you are, and lots of hydration, lots of juice, vitamin C, that always helps, and then that will help you keep you awake until it's really time to sleep, and will trick your body to go back to the clock that you want it to accordingly. So I hope that helps, because that's always worked for me. I never suffer from jet lag actually. So thank you so much all for coming. I'm just going to go ahead and close the room down. Thank you all for coming. God bless you all. And I'm ending the room.
Okay, everybody on Wisdom, and thanks for joining me. And if you want to come up, this is the last chance. Otherwise, I'll be closing down this room also.